church. We got about 5 minutes before the service starts, so here are some church-appropriate dance moves you can do whenever the Spirit moves you. So get on up and let's sweat to some scriptures. Or maybe not, or just let's go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure it's on the face. See it on the face. Yeah. Bring it together. Here we go. Let it go. You take the stone, you let it go. You're unhindered by armor. Let that elbow sway. Elbow, 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 elbow. Okay. One of my personal favorites. Resurrection. You gotta get down to get back. Yeah. Keep working it, guys. Keep working it. You're doing great. I'm doing great. I'm getting a little tired. We gotta stomp hard, stomp hard, stomp hard. You're crushing it, crushing it, crushing it. Yeah. Okay, good break there, good break. Good job, guys. Here we go, ready? Get that whip going. Scare those tax collectors. Those merchants. Yeah, those merchants. Make sure you look afraid. And this is salt. You look back and salt, salt, salt. Salt, 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 salt. Oh boy, I'm kind of getting to you. You're doing great, everybody. Nope, almost. Okay, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. Here we go. Pull it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Wrestle with God, wrestle with God, wrestle. You gotta wrestle with God and he hits your hip. You'll walk like this for the rest of your life. But that's okay, because you got his blessing. 2 minutes left. Another one. I'm gonna go for the bucket. No! I'm not gonna puke. Okay. Sharp the knife. Ride the horse up the mountain with the knife. Put your boy in the back. Hoist it up! No! Hoist it up! Abraham, no! Hoist it up! Abraham, no! 1 minute 30, guys. We can do this. Okay, this one's important. The meekness is important. All right, 1 minute, guys. We're doing great. Keep it meek, but then watch this. This is not meek. Coming at the end with swords, swords, cutting down the enemy, slaying them dead, slaying them dead, slaying them dead. Whew, whew. Yeah, there. You can do it. This one's important too. We're sowing the seeds. Here we go. Sowing it. Make sure you hit that fertile ground. Stay away from the grass. Watch your back. No, God's got it for you. Watch your back. No, God's got it for you. I don't know much more I can do this. You're gonna have to take it for me. On the last push, literally. Stand 10. Pushing the pillar. Pushing. Okay, guys, we don't have to start. Let's just start the service.
All All right. Hey, guys, we are here. We are excited for another Wednesday night PRSM Live. Let's start this off with a bang, a high five. We're excited that you guys are watching along with us. Remember, we would love for you to comment your name if you're watching along. Maddie, you want to give a few shout-outs like we like to start off here?
Well, I can't really see them. Let me see. Let me move it over here. I know Jonah's here. Jonah, Lainey was watching, even though she just helped with the kids one, she's still watching. Tate, Jace. That's all I've got so far. Oh, Daniel, Darnell. I know there's more people watching than that, but those are the people who have commented. So comment and let us know that you're watching.
Yeah.
Oh, Camry is watching also, but just Jace is commenting.
Yeah, on Jace's account. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we're glad you guys are watching along. I think we have a little bit of a lag going on here, but honestly, we don't know necessarily how to fix that right now. So we are sorry about that. You might have to bear with us tonight, and we'll just kind of roll with it a little bit. But now it is time. What time is it, Maddie?
Quarantine Chowdown.
With Jim. So we're going to invite Jim in here. Jim has another treat that he has either made or brought for us. I'll let him tell you a little bit about that tonight.
Holy goodness gracious. Sliding everywhere, man. It's pretty greasy. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Jim.
I wimped out. I didn't make anything from scratch this week. I'm sorry. It'll make sense later on. But we have some coconut cream pie from Fork and Crust. Yes. Who doesn't love Esther, man? Is she just not an awesome child?
I love having Esther in here.
She makes you laugh.
Yes.
Things are starting to come back into being open to allow people to come and visit and do business with. And since I overdid it this week, I thought, let me go support the community. And it was Fork and Crust at the top of the list of places to go. Went there and got a coconut cream pie, and that's what we had for supper tonight. It's pretty good. Wish you could have been here to have it with us. Where do you want to start going as places open up?
Man, I am ready for some of those coffee shops, I tell you.
Yes.
That, Buffalo Wild Wings.
The Amazium.
The Amazium. We can't say that where Esther will hear it because we'll get in trouble. But
it's a great place, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty great. I love it.
I have to look at my notes. I'm such a bad person. Oh. And so we have pie, right? So are you cake people or pie people?
Cake.
See, I would not have known that about you.
I don't like pie.
You don't like pie?
For those of you who don't know.
How about you? Are you cake or pie? What's the word out there in PRSM land? Is it cake or pie?
I don't know. What do you guys like more? Can you comment cake or pie?
That's a good one.
I have to lean towards the pie side of things. Chocolate peanut butter pie.
Chocolate peanut butter pie. And if you have a favorite, what is it?
From George's in Fort Smith.
For the chocolate?
For the pie.
Chocolate peanut butter
Peanut
pie.
butter pie. Okay.
Yes.
Well, we have gooseberries up here, and we have Fork and Crust. And as far as cakes, I don't know where you would go for those. But if you do go for a pie or cake, what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite? Is it apple, the all-American apple pie, or key lime, German chocolate cake? Those are probably my top three favorites. Coconut cream, banana cream.
Lainey likes cake better, too.
Lainey likes
Okay.
cake better.
Yep.
It's okay if you're wrong. I mean,
Yeah, we can. All are welcome, right? All are welcome.
come just as you are,
Geez.
even if you like cake.
If that's not enough, is it? Go ahead.
The skates like pie, but everybody else has said cake. So
Maybe
Gotcha.
I don't know. And then is it sweet or savory when it comes to pie? Are you a sweet or savory pie, like a pot pie, chicken pot pie?
Why are there choices?
Why are there choices? I don't know. I'm more of a sweet or a tart pie, but in the wintertime, a chicken pot pie is good. Meat pies, I don't know. They're just
Patrick
something.
really likes chicken pot pie.
Chicken pot pie? Okay. Well, I know one thing. With savory pies and sweet pies, you could literally eat pie 3 times a day, 7 days a week. And I don't think that would be good, would it?
No.
I don't know what kind of breakfast pie, maybe an oatmeal pie. So, apple oatmeal pie,
None of it.
chicken pot pie for lunch.
I would
and
starve for 7 days.
You'd be hungry. I can understand that. On the coconut cream, no one really knows who made the first one. It had something to do with the East Trading Company bringing the tropical type fruits, pineapples, coconuts, and whatnot, over to Europe. And the pastry chefs got together and started working out how they could use the meat out of the coconuts. Somewhere in that time frame, coconut pies and cream type desserts were created. I don't know. Just give me a banana cream pie and let's eat it.
Yeah.
And lest we forget, because we're talking about pies, everybody tomorrow needs to text or call. I don't think she's working tomorrow, so email, text, however you can do it, Miss Debbie, because it's her birthday tomorrow. She stopped counting. I mean, I won't even hazard a guess. She's at least 21. She's at least 21.
She's turning
Absolutely.
25, I think, is what.
And you got some other birthdays I know that you were wanting to shout out, but do that because this place would be nowhere near the awesome environment it is without Debbie. So tell her tomorrow, and I know she will appreciate that. Do you think about anything special when you eat a pie? Is there something that comes to mind?
Man, I will say, I remember a time when I was probably 18 years old, and there's this guy, he was the BCM director, which is kind of like, I guess, a college youth pastor at UA Fort Smith, and I had just kind of started taking steps in my faith, and he took me to a place called George's in Fort Smith.
We do have to go there.
And I mean, it's some of the best burgers in Fort Smith. Like that's what it's known for. But they're also known for their pie. And I remember just having this massive meal. They bring you a second plate underneath what they bring you because they put the burger on there and then they cover the burger and the whole plate with fries. So you have to scoot all your fries over on the second plate. And then we ordered this slice, which is a whole pie pretty much, of chocolate peanut butter pie. And I tell you, we had that meal together a couple times, and that was some of the most formative time for me as a Christian. That's what I think of.
Let's go back to the hamburger for a second. You got to play hide and go seek, find your hamburger?
Yeah, man. That's how many fries they give you.
And they're delicious.
Amazing.
When I eat a banana cream pie or coconut cream pie, it's the craziest thing. I think of Gilligan's Island. It was a TV show from the 1970s.
There you go.
Your parents, your grandparents may have watched it growing up. 7 people go out on a 3-hour tour. I could sing the theme song, but it'll sound corny. They go out on a cruise. They hit a storm. They get stuck on a deserted island. And all the crazy shenanigans, unlike today's TV, that they would get into. There were 2 girls that were younger, and they would make a Gilligan these coconut cream pies or banana cream pies. And get Gilligan to do things that maybe Gilligan shouldn't do. And they would bribe him. And so anytime I eat this pie, I think of that. And this week especially, because Gilligan would always want to do what was right. He wasn't like me. And he would get in what we call a moral dilemma. Do I do this or do I not do this? And you can do the right thing for the wrong reasons, and that will always be right or wrong.
Right thing for the wrong reasons?
Is right or wrong?
Wrong.
It's wrong, absolutely. You think, I'm doing something right, so it has to be right. It's not. And Gilligan would find this out the hard way every single time. And we never figured out how they made coconut cream pies on the island, but they would make these, and he would eat them, get in trouble. At the end of the story, they'd sit there and figure out what he should have done, and life went on the desert or desert island. I'm not sure. I guess it depends on if you're eating
desert
pie.
or dessert? I've never thought of it that way. That's amazing. It's both.
Now we have to go watch Gilligan's Island.
Yes.
All the way through.
You know, of all the things on TV you could watch, you would not be doing yourself any injustice by watching Gilligan's Island. It was a simpler time in TV. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
This week, Jim ended up like a Gilligan in a moral dilemma. You guys might do this too. School's out, so it's probably not as common for you as it is for me right now. But last week, I told you that my Islam course was going to start, and so that was going to have me doing 2 courses at the same time. So I'm studying 2 apologetic courses, Christian ethics, Islam. I've got an audio book going on Bill Hybels on how to pray, Too Busy to Pray. I never get the title right.
I think Too Busy Not to Pray.
It was a good Christian book.
Yeah.
I've got 2 YouVersion apps going, so I got a lot of stuff going on with the Lord. And the week's going on, and I'm feeling drained and more drained and more drained. And I'm sitting there thinking, what in the world is going on? I got to exercise, and you know what I forgot to do? I never once picked up the Bible, not all week long. And I learned real quick that all of those things I was studying and learning this week, yes, they are good Christian educational teaching moments for me, but they didn't glorify God. I didn't pick up his word at all. And Pastor Al mentioned a couple of weeks ago a quote by C.S. Lewis that God shouts when we're suffering. He wants us to know he loves us. I wasn't suffering, and so I couldn't hear his soft whisper, Jim, how's your week going? Talk to me. What are you doing? Pick up my word and let's get together for a few minutes. All I heard was more study, more apologetics this, more YouVersion that, more audio book this. And I got a spiritual stomach ache, and Tums won't fix that. You've got to sit there and say, Father, I'm sorry. I neglected you. I neglected the one person in my life that I should sit there and make time for, and I didn't do that this week. And so even though all of those things on the surface are right, just like any one of them would have been good, but altogether ignoring the Father made them wrong. So I was doing the right things for the wrong reasons, and it became a work-based week of studying that didn't do anything to glorify God. And so it was a hard lesson to learn, but I learned that. And I'll make that mistake again. I constantly do it from time to time, and you guys will too. It's just part of human nature. But when you do, remember that all of the studying in the world will not replace the Father. It can't do it. And for me, I learned that this week, and it's humbling when you remember that. Mm-hmm. How much studying is too much then?
I'll let you answer that.
It's different from everybody. Absolutely, it's different for everybody. I could have easily made time for God throughout this week with all of those studyings, and it would have been a beautiful experience for me, but I didn't. So that's a personal choice that you'll have to figure out as you go along. And let's see, as we wrap this up, talking about food, what's one of the famous food verses? Man does not live
by bread alone.
Doesn't live by coconut cream pie alone, I promise you that.
Or peanut butter pie.
We'll have to try one of those. But, and that would have been the obvious choice to remember that I need to have the spiritual food. Mm-hmm. I have to have that, and I didn't eat that this week. Yeah. But I came across one that made exactly those words, and it was 1 Corinthians 10:3. They all ate the same spiritual food. So where you can't be with me tonight eating the coconut cream pie, I know that some of you are on YouVersion apps, and we all have the Bible. So we're all eating together on the vine at some point. But remember to make that your first part of your day at some point. Actually pick up the Word, and you'll find that your journey as you learn goes a whole lot better. Yeah. So it was a tough lesson for me this week, but next week I'm going to do better. And I look forward to spending some time with you next week. Be safe. And get out and get some fresh air.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
You're awesome. Air five?
I'm going to take the pie.
Oh. All right.
Mine.
Your pie. Okay. Hey, you're awesome. We love that he not only brings us some food, but some soul food as well. Hey, here's what we're going to do. I know it is super laggy. So what we're going to do is we're going to end this stream, and we're going to start a new one on the PRSM YouTube channel. So just stay on the YouTube channel when you see us go live. Hop back on. We're not going anywhere. We're going to see if we can make this a little more clear. But to do so, I have to stop the stream and stay a new one. So stay
Be right
here.
back. Stay tuned.
Be right back. Stay on here.